Hi, my name is Christopher Mosher. I am the current band captain for the SEMO Marching Band of 2023. I've been here for 3 years now, going into my senior year. I've marched with the Blue Coats in 2021, and I'm going to march my age out this year in 2023. And this is a marching fundamentals video to get your band started on the field. The first exercise I always like to start out with every morning is the posture breakdown. This isolates multiple different parts of your body and helps you build the perfect posture for marching band. To start this exercise off, you want to get in a nice relaxed second position, feet about shoulder width apart. You want to start in your best posture you think you have right now. As we go through the exercise, I'm going to speak through it. A great starting tempo for this is 60, nice and relaxed. And make sure your students take all of the counts so they're not rushing through anything. So you're going to start with your head, 4 counts, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and your head, you bring your chin to your chest, 4, you roll your shoulders in, 2, 3, 4, you move your upper back, which is a very slight adjustment, and your lower back, almost like you're touching your toes, and your knees. Make sure you get a wide enough second. I didn't there. So down here, you just chill for a little bit, get a feeling of how the compression of everything, get as small as you possibly can, do a little shakeout, and coming back up in 5, 6, 7, 8, and your lower back, 2, 3, 4, and your upper back, 2, 3, 4, and shoulders, 2, 3, 4, and head, 2, 3, 4. So right now, my body is in perfect alignment with itself. A great way to visualize this is imagine you have a string pulling you upward so that your neck is nice and tall, your spine is stacked on top of itself, and it's like 2 panes of glass on front and back of you, so you're not leaning forward one way or another. Most marching bands ever usually go in first position. That's when your heels are together, your toes are at about a 45 or 90 degree angle apart, and this is a great looking posture. Something else to add, if you don't have instruments with you, a great little thing you can do is Iron Man arms. Pretend like you're flying like Iron Man, push them out into a T-pose, and bring them in like you're eating a cheeseburger. And this is the perfect marching band posture. So this is the full exercise, 2 different angles of it. I got my assistant band captain Joel here, and this is the exercise. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and shoulders, 2, 3, 4, and upper back, 2, 3, 4, lower back, 2, 3, 4, and chill. Shake out all your inhibitions. 5, 6, coming back up, 7, 8, and lower back, 2, 3, 4, and upper back, 2, 3, 4, shoulders, 2, 3, 4, head, 2, 3, 4, and bring the feet together, first position, Iron Man, T-pose, horn. There you go. What's important to remember, keep about 60% of your weight leaning forward on your toes so you can go into an easy releve or, tiptoe position, and about, 40-ish% on the back. You want to keep your weight forward so that you can move in any direction easily, because you don't have any power in your heels. All the power is in your toes. The second exercise that I love to do every day with the marching band is high mark time. This is an exercise to engage the core of your body while also maintaining feet timing and posture. So it kind of is a whole big ball of everything into one. I like to do this exercise with horns because you get a feeling of how it will actually feel. For tuba players, they don't need to do it with instruments because This with a tuba, doing this for like, I don't know, 30 seconds is quite a lot. So tubas can just stay on the ground. So anyway, to do high mark time, you get that nice posture that we just worked on. Ironman T-pose, up your horn carriage, and you bring it back down to set. Mouthpiece at eye level, of course. Look great, feel great. From here, with this exercise, again, 60 beats per minute is a fantastic starting tempo. Any slower or faster might be a little too hard for beginner marchers. So the exercise, you start with your left foot like you would for marching. You turn it so it's facing forward like you're marking time, and you bring it up, and your ankle follows the line of your other leg, and you want to get your foot or your ankle up to about your knee, and you just slide it back down, and on count 2 or wherever, you do the same exact thing with your right leg. Keep your foot nice and relaxed. There's no need to flex it or point it. Keep it relaxed and roll down to the side when you've completed a step. So you can either start your band in first position, or you can already start here. I'll start here for the purposes of today. So we're in set position, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a great timing exercise you can do with your band, you can turn the metronome off and then turn it back on periodically to see if your band can keep time by themselves. You can also have certain individuals dut, like, you know, half the band duts, half the band doesn't. I need to work on my timing. But you can have certain individuals dut to try to keep time with the metronome. It's a great exercise. If you've heard the term, your bottom half is the athlete, the top half is the musician, this is exactly that. The goal of this exercise is to keep your upper body as smooth as possible while moving your legs as much as possible. And when you go into the halt, it's just a regular halt. You bring your right foot to that 45, left foot up and back down, and you're looking golden. So here's the full exercise. It's important to clarify, subdivision is extremely important. When you're working with a tempo this slow, it's important to subdivide your beats. So initiate on the and beats, like so, and 1, and 2, and 3. That way your foot is hitting the ground on the beat like you would when you're marching regularly. So Joel and I are gonna do this exercise so you get that side view as well. 8 counts and then halt. So let's go to set. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ready, halt, and close. And that's high mark time. This next exercise is called the first step initiation. A great first step can make or break any visual performance, so you've got to make sure that you have a great first step every time. So, what this exercise does, it helps your students redefine the technique for them, helps you see who needs help, and it breaks down the technique a little bit more. So, a good starting tempo for this is 90 beats per minute, and let's just hop right into it. So you start in set position or horns up, whatever. 5, 6, 7, push, and 1. So, the things that I'm thinking about as I take this first step: engaging the muscles in your right leg so that you can have an explosive first step in your left. It's not just moving your left leg forward, because then you get this and there's no forward motion. If you push off of the right leg, that's when you get that explosion forward or backward as well. Notice how my heel on my left leg is the only thing touching the ground. That's great, because if everyone, if people landed like this, then that creates more problems. You can bend your leg, you can injure yourself, and it just looks really strange doing this. We want to make sure that in the forward move, Your heel is the first thing that articulates the ground. Also, the weight needs to be equally distributed between both of your legs. Those weight points is the ball of your right foot and the heel of your left foot, so that you can maintain straight a posture throughout the exercise and you don't fall. So this is the full exercise. Hi, Joel.
Hi.
All right, set. And 5, 6, 7, push, and 1. And that's it. So the next exercise is called 4-2-1. It's a very good exercise to make sure that your students are subdividing each beat, and the slower the tempo, the more you have to engage your technique. So this is a great assessment to see if they're doing that as well. Here is the whole note portion of this exercise. 4 steps in the whole note. Something to note, your first step should still be in time with the quarter note, because you want to maintain what you just worked on with first count initiation. So this is what the whole note should look like. 100 beats per minute is perfect for this exercise. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4. So every and count of that move, that's when my leg is in perfect alignment with the other, and that is when it passes each other to take the next step. Subdivision, subdivision, subdivision. But the half note, 2 notes, 2 count step works the exact same way. This is that. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Same exact thing. So you take 4 steps with the whole note, 4 steps with the half note, and 8 steps with the quarter note. So this is the entire exercise. Go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Close. The last exercise that I'll be talking about today is the zigzag exercise. This helps your students with rotating the upper body, because you're not always going to be playing and marching straight forward. You're going to be doing a lot of this as well. So this helps with that. To begin the exercise, you can get a nice second position, do some tree trunks, get your upper body moving, and just practice rotating your upper body. You can do this with your toes and heels together, because if your toes are out and you're doing this, this just doesn't look right and it hurts. If you do it like this, it's much more relaxed and it's more natural. You can put your arms out to make sure you're getting to the right degree angles. Start by just turning from your hips upward, and about when it gets to the 45-degree angle, that's when your hips can stop, because there's really no way to get them more forward. That's when your upper body comes in and you can turn your shoulders to the 90-degree. After that, you can just do the exact same thing the other way, so you can get a nice good feel of how that would feel on the move. You can also do some first step initiations like this, so your students can get an understanding of how it feels. Because it is unnatural, our bodies aren't used to moving that way, so that's just a precursor to this exercise. Okay, to start off this exercise, like any other exercise, you can start on a line. Start off by taking 8 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8th count, you turn your right foot into the 45 and you stab with your toes. The weight is on the ball of your foot, and you just slide your left foot over right to the 90. And this is where those trunk twists came into play. If you have your horn up, or even if you're at that T pose, you can continue the motion like this, all easy, for 8 steps. On the 8th step, with your right foot again, you point again, but this time to the right 45, and swing your left foot forward. What's really important here, especially at faster tempos, you want to be careful that you don't swing your foot out, because that can lose control. You can hit somebody next to you, you can injure yourself, you can get out of time. Just keep your leg as close to you as possible without tripping on yourself, So that way you can get that nice momentum into the forward again. So 1, 8 more counts forward. Stab to the right 1 more time. Do the leg swing again. And then another 8 counts, making sure that we're along the line. We're not dragging on one side or another, which is really easy to do. If you want to do this without instruments and have your students look at the ground as they're doing it so they know their pathways, that's absolutely perfect. When you get to the end of this 8 count, stab to the left 45 1 more time and take the step forward, 8 counts, and halt. There are a bunch of different variations you can do with this. You can do forward into forward slides, forward into backward slides, backwards into forward slides, backwards into backward slides, and that's pretty much it. You can do a bunch of combinations. We're gonna stick with forward for today though. We're gonna be doing this exercise at 120. This is the exercise. I'm gonna put my horn up. Let's just get into it. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So to wrap up this whole thing, this covered some basic fundamental marching exercises to get your band started. As the season progresses, you can obviously shorten this list down every day to get right into rehearsal. You can make a routine, because just like on your instrument, you need to practice this stuff every day if you want to get any good at it. So if you want to condense it a little bit, you can do different step sizes, forward or backwards. With zigzags, you can do different step sizes. You can kind of combine a bunch of different ones that we did today into one big thing. The quickest it can take is 10 or 15 minutes if you just want a few reps on whatever. I hope this helped you. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below, and have a great rest of your day.
Hi, I just wanted to pop in real quick before the video is over. It doesn't matter how big or small your band program is. You have the power to let your band grow to be visually and musically excellent. As long as you put in the effort, show them that you care and that they matter as performers, as individuals. Don't give up, and it's only a matter of time before they blow you out of the water with what they can do. Bye.